everyone, and welcome to Center Stage with EBR Schools. Today we are excited to have two special guests that do a lot for the arts in our parish. We have Magnet Director Teresa Porter and we have the Assistant Magnet Director Amanda Fando. Welcome today to our show.
We're glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, because I know you all have a lot to do because something big is coming up next month. Next month, everyone, is one of the biggest events in the district for the year. It's the Magnet Mania. So we're going to talk some about that today and some of the things that parents and teachers and students and everyone in the community could really look forward to seeing when they go to Magnet Mania next month. So Ms. Porter, tell us a little bit about Magnet Mania and what that entails.
Okay, so Magnet Mania is going to be at the Raising Cane's Center, October 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we're going to have all 28 schools showcasing their programs. We're going to have school performances, also informational sessions. We're going to have giveaways. I mean, students can even win a magnet seat.
Wow.
So it's just going to be a phenomenal event. And of course, the Raising Cane Center is going to be a venue that is really large. So it provides the opportunity for parents to just really move around and see what we have to offer in magnet programs.
Right, and that says a lot about the magnet programs as well as Magnet Mania, because I remember we started at one location, but to get the Cane Rivers Convention Center, that says a lot within itself.
Yes, it does. And they've been very instrumental working with us, helping us to plan the event. And so we're in the final stages of making sure parents have one of the best experiences possible with their children.
Good. Now, explain to us who may not know, we may just have some kids coming into elementary schools, or we hear the word magnet. What does that mean?
Oh, great question. So magnet simply means that it gives parents the opportunity who reside in the East Baton Rouge Parish School System to choose a school within the framework of the magnet program. So it doesn't matter what attendance zone you live in, as long as you live in the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. And also our programs are specialized. We have visual performing arts, Montessori. We have a lot of STEM-based programs. STEM is that buzzword that a lot of parents want to hear about and want to experience. So magnet is simply a unique way of offering thematic planning to students and their parents.
And they are great programs. I can't think of one magnet program that I hadn't heard of that didn't have an impact on kids and students and parents one way or the other. But today we're going to talk about a lot of the art programs that you have throughout the district and what they bring to the table. But Amanda, you're unique now because you're doing something unique. You are with a few new schools who've just become part of the Magnet umbrella. Can you share that with us?
Correct. So we have 4 new magnet programs. They are programs within programs. So we have dedicated magnet schools that the whole school has a magnet population, and then we have programs within programs. We got a $15 million grant to start 4 new programs, and they are at Park Forest Elementary, Villa Del Rey Elementary, Park Forest Middle School, and Bel Air High School. And the goal of these programs is for those students to start out in elementary programs and matriculate all the way in that feeder pattern and stay with those schools. But they are unique as in they are STEAM schools. So Ms. Porter talked about theme-based curriculum. It's what magnet schools, they have a theme. So these 4 schools are STEAM-themed schools. We hear STEM all the time, but STEAM, science, technology, engineering. The A is for arts.
Yes.
And mathematics.
So those schools, if I'm hearing correctly, they could be feeders. Like they could start in elementary at 1, then get the same type of things at a middle component that has it and a high.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. Did you come up with that idea, Ms. Porter?
Well, I was instrumental in choosing the school with Mr. Drake, and of course the board had to approve what schools would be included in the grant. So it's Park Forest Elementary, Villa Del Rey, Park Forest Middle, and Bel Air High School. And one of the things that we do in magnet programs, we like vertical articulation. We want parents to be able to say, okay, my child's starting from elementary school, what's going to happen when they get to middle school? And what's going to happen when they get to high school? And in order to receive the grant, we had to show that there was a logical, progressional vertical articulation to actually at post-secondary. So
Right.
we're also working with LSU, Southern, and Baton Rouge Community College
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that the experience extends past the high school.
Wow, but that's a great opportunity for those kids. And just imagine to come in at elementary and leave in high, and the knowledge base that will be there.
Exactly.
That would be
Because
amazing.
coding, programming, video production, they're going to learn public speaking. They're going to learn about how to use math, science, technology, and engineering concepts in other subjects. So that thematic planning is essential. We want to make sure when our kids graduate that they're ready,
Yes.
that they can go to any of those post-secondary institutions and they have the requisites to make sure that they are successful. Some of them even have college credit, high school credit also if they're at the middle school level. So
Wow,
yeah.
wow, that's exciting. So the great thing about the STEAM component is, and you said it quite naturally, the arts. Now you know that's what we're interested in here at Center Stage. So could you just tell us about some of those art programs that you have at those schools?
So the main two art components of the schools will focus on animation and entertainment technology.
Wow.
Animation in a digital animation sense, so students using computer programming and software where they are going to be doing digital animation
Right.
on the computer.
Uh-huh.
Whether that is a part of a science lesson or whether they are using that in English to analyze graphic novels. I mean, it has a lot of different applications.
Right.
The other one is the entertainment technology portion of it. So filming, video editing, using that equipment.
So maybe we can have some of those kids come here and help us on Center Stage.
Absolutely.
We'd like to share.
Absolutely. But also that we are going to, those students are going to also have the traditional arts, for example, dance,
Oh, good. That's
theater, band, whatever, encompass the visual performing arts. So it's a combination of the technology component and then the tradition. We want to make sure students are well-rounded.
Right, that's great.
And then the other side of the entertainment technology is the broadcasting, the radio, and also.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad
Yeah,
you
I
said
brought up
that.
I know, I was about to
I
say
brought
it
up
too.
radio.
Right. So here goes.
We're
Okay.
excited about
So
this.
Park Forest Middle and Bel Air High School both have an online radio station. We're in the process of getting everything set up, so pretty soon we're going to be broadcasting live, and that is also going to help students with that, to get involved with the STEAM aspect. So, and believe it or not, this is not just for magnet students. We want to make sure with this grant, we want to make sure all students have the experience
Oh, that's
of
amazing.
what Magnet offers, and
That's amazing.
they're not in the program, but at the same time, the program is for them.
Oh, that's amazing. And it gives those kids who just can't get into the magnet program still an opportunity to get that exposure too as well.
Yes.
That's good thinking, Miss Porter.
Well, thank you, Mr. John.
Now, we can talk about those programs probably for 2 or 3 episodes, but moving past the STEAM components that you have, let's talk about some of the great visual and performing arts programs that you have in the district.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about McKinley Middle Magnet. So I am surrounded by 2 of the vanguards from McKinley Middle Magnet, and of course it's a very stellar award-winning program.
And it just got an award recognition, did it not?
Yes,
What did it get, Miss Porter?
McKinley Middle is now a certified magnet school.
Yay!
Yeah, all right. But the Dufrock School. So we have 10
Yes,
certified
yes.
magnet schools in the district, and this is huge. Okay, this is a process. Not only is it intense, it's rigorous, and it's very reflective. I've had principals to call me and they're like, Miss Porter, I don't know. I said, you can do this. You can do this. And when they're finished and when they get the results, they understand what it is that, where they may be lacking and what they need to do to improve their program.
Tell, not to cut you off, but could you tell the audience what does that award mean to a school?
That award means that they have met very, very high standards. If a parent walks into the school, there are certain things that they should be able to see. They should be able to see an innovative curriculum. They should be able to see parental engagement. I'm talking about effective parental engagement. they should be able to see a diverse group of students in the school. So basically, they take the 5 pillars, okay, which is Magnet Schools of America. That's what we operate on. And then they have to identify artifacts, upload it. As I said, it's a very reflective process. And we were talking about it today. One of the things when I was telling some of the principals that who wanted to go through the process, I said, it is not anything for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
And also, if you decide you're going to do this and you start at the last moment, you're not going to make it. It's a year-long process, but at the same time, it requires a lot of work. But in the end, it's worth it. So these schools get recognized nationally. Okay, so at the national conference in Baltimore, all 10 of my schools will be recognized. And Mr. Adam Smith, the associate superintendent, he said something today that I may have known, I'm not gonna say I didn't know, but he said something, it was like an aha moment. He said, East Baton Rouge Parish school system is 3rd in the nation, yes, for certified magnet schools, and we were going, yes.
Wow,
yes.
That says a lot about our parish,
It
doesn't
does, it does,
Wow.
it does. It really does. We are in 3rd place. Of
Okay.
course, you know, Miami-Dade, okay,
Yes,
so they have
they have
hundreds,
9,000
8
schools.
million.
Yeah. Right, so.
Right, but look, we got off a track, but
Yeah, we
that is great, phenomenal news, but let's get back to these art schools. So McKinley is one who has a phenomenal program, and I'm not being biased, but I am a little bit. But McKinley has, McKinley itself is, I always tell people it's like a utopia school, because that was the school that I was looking for as a child, because I loved drama, I loved music, I loved singing, I loved band. And then to think about a school that has all of that, but puts it on the playing field the same way they put the core subjects, and then really enhance, enrich, and make you grow academically as well as artistically. I mean, that says a lot about a school, don't you think?
It does, it does. But you know what we do, because I talk about the vertical articulation, right? Okay, so we have elementary schools, Baton Rouge Center for Visual Performing Arts, which has no academic criteria, it is an A school. Then we have Forest Heights Academy of Excellence. I have to make sure I remember to say that entire school name, right? Okay, so they are theater schools into McKinley Middle. So we set the stage early to make sure when students get to the middle school level and from the middle school ultimately to the high school level that they really have the arts. I mean, we see some of these kids perform. I mean, when you go to Forest Heights and their spring performance is like, oh my goodness, it's like something that should be on Broadway almost. Our parents line up. If the program starts at 7, they're there for 5. I mean, lined around the building. It is just absolutely phenomenal.
And it's amazing programming. It's
It
not
is.
just I shouldn't say the regular school play, but it's like you're really a little mini night at Broadway.
It's
or
definitely
something.
not a regular
It is.
school play like we would see when we were
Yes,
in school.
yes,
And a lot of the
yes.
schools, they have public performances of these plays.
Yes.
So the public can go and see these kids perform, and it is not amateur hour for
It's
sure.
amazing.
These kids
Definitely
performance
not
are,
amateur hour.
they're phenomenal.
And
Phenomenal.
you, Amanda, having the opportunity to work with teachers hand in hand throughout the day for years in the performing arts part of the school, how was that experience just to work with art teachers?
You know, it's really funny that you asked that. You know, this is a joke around this part of this too. I come from a science background, so you know, my analytical, it's all black or white science mind is. But you know, the ideas that these art teachers have, and the rapport that they have with kids.
Right.
To be able to have the kids to have a creative outlet in art, whether it's visual, whether it's performing, whether it's animation or media design, they perform better in their core classes as well. You know, when they have those programs at the school, and that's what's so wonderful about magnet programs and theme-based programs. We say it all the time. We have something that your child is interested in. There is a program for everyone, and that creative outlet, just whatever it is that those kids love. They're gonna be better. They're gonna be happier. They're gonna be successful and love learning.
And you probably heard me say this on the last episode that we had. Research always shows that a child grows more academically when they have just a taste of the arts into the curriculum in which they're in. So with Magnet Mania coming up, and again, audience, like I said, next month, every week. That's when our shows will be filmed weekly, so you will see a different show every week. We will concentrate on those magnet schools that have art programs and what they have to offer, because we want to get you ready for Magnet Mania in October. So what will we see at Magnet Mania?
Typically, they may have up to 5,000 people come out to Magnet Mania,
Yes,
okay? It's
yes.
just really massive, and I appreciate, the community
Mhm.
support. But the schools have sort of like a friendly competition now, okay? So they have these tables, and they have these banners that are just so creative.
Mhm.
But you know what I really like about it is that they have the students there.
Yeah.
And the students are the ones who tell the story, magnet ambassadors, and they tell the story about what's going on with their schools. If you want to hear really what's going on in the
Mhm.
program, you ask a child, you
Mhm.
ask the student, and they will tell you, well, I love this particular school because of the teachers, or because of the wonderful visual performing arts, or because of whatever the clubs. You never know what it is, but they are our mouthpiece. And then we have teachers and the administrators, because we want parents to have like a one-stop shop. We want them to meet everyone at the school that they possibly can meet,
Mhm.
okay, and teachers come
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
but it's a snapshot. It's like a one-stop shopping spree for magnet programs.
And what are those dates again for Magnet Mania?
It is October 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Raising Cane River Center at the Exhibition Hall.
And I mean, parents, when you come to this, just be ready. That's all I could say. And bring you a bag. Moms, if you have just an additional bag, because you're going to get goo gobs of brochures and pamphlets and cups and wristbands and anything that you want to know about any magnet school in the parish, you will be able to get it there.
You will.
And I think worth mentioning is, so Magnet Mania is Saturday the 6th. That Monday is fall break holiday. But then Tuesday through Friday at the schools, it'll be showcase week for those schools. So you come out to Mania and you visit every single booth, and you learn about those schools, and then the schools that you're most interested in, you take a look at their showcase. You go and you do a school tour. A lot of the schools have different special things, performances, interactive activities, tons of different things in the showcase. So it's a good way to just kind of get more information. You see what you can at the booth, but then really get into that school and see what the kids are doing, see what the teachers are doing, and that's when you really find your program and your fit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know, and Ms. Porter, you've been doing this for a while now, do you know of any students who went through a magnet track and left and done big things?
I do.
Uh-huh.
The problem is I can't call her name right now.
Well, the student did what?
Well, some students have even gone as far as working in New York, and they've gone into, and we're talking about digital performing arts, okay?
Yes.
So they've worked in New York, and they've worked in plays. In fact, there's one student now I can think of. She's a graduate of Baton Rouge High School. She came through Crestworth Middle Magnet when it was a program at that time, and she participated in a contest, a beauty contest, a national beauty contest.
Wow.
Yes. And she placed, I don't remember exactly what her place was, but yes. And it was that background. One of the things she mentioned was her experience in magnet programs helped her to get to that point.
Wow, wow. It's exciting to see kids when they do that, and then you give them an opportunity to just live a piece of their dream while they are in school too as well.
Exactly.
But getting back to your STEAM, just for one more minute. Looking at the media art programs there, are they growing in interest? Do they have a waiting list of those who want to be in the program? Let's just talk about that.
Absolutely. I think now that those teachers are really in place and those teachers are starting to get to know the kids, some of the teachers that we've hired as part of the program, they actually have their background is not teaching. Their first year teachers, their background is actually in broadcast. It's in those arts.
Right.
And so I think when they get into the schools and they start bringing in professional equipment and setting up Mac labs, kids that are in the school are saying, whoa, what's that? What's going on here? What's being produced here? I think it's going to be huge when that radio station starts to come out, when the different broadcast programs and things like that the high school and the middle school are going to start presenting, that's really going to generate buzz and generate interest, and you know, we're already seeing that for sure.
And looking and talking about the radio program, there's a great one at Southeast. They have a great program there, and they actually have a live station that comes on Monday through Friday. And I wish I had it in front of me, but if you go to Southeast Middle Magnet, to their website, you can actually see when their radio show is on. And they play the best oldies but goodies.
Yes.
They have the interviews with the teachers as well as the students. And I think it's phenomenal that they can do all of that right there at their school. It's a great program.
Since we're highlighting the arts programs, and we talked about some awards, Southeast actually won.
Oh yeah, okay, so Southeast Middle Magnet won a international award, okay? I said international, global, and in Chicago. So they had a video, and I mean, this video showed students of different walks of life. There was a young lady who is 100% visually impaired, and she is at the school, and then there was a student who's an immigrant. He didn't speak English so well, so they gave a different perspective of these students, and I think the name of it is Walk in My Shoes. And when the first time I saw it, I cried. Second time, I cried too. So I stopped watching it after that. But it was so touching. So Mr. Heyman, who was the Magnet Site coordinator there, he called me. He said, "Okay, Ms. Porter, we've reached the semifinals. Okay, so this is going to be shown in Chicago." And I just wanted you to know. I was like, okay, well, you got my support. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. And then the next thing I know is that they're saying, we won an award. Now, ISTE, for anyone who knows about the International Science Technology Education Conference, it's like 15,000 people. And Southeast Middle Magnet, East Baton Rouge Parish School System, Magnet Programs was featured on the international stage. I was like, yes.
Wow,
yes,
that says a lot.
awesome.
These are the type of magnet programs that we have in our parish. These are the type of programs that give children all types of opportunities in the arts. Now, on a personal basis, what does the arts mean to you? How important is it that, well, let me ask it this way. In the arts, how important is it for a child to be exposed to that? Or do you have a belief or opinion in that? I'll start with Ms. Porter.
Well, I have a very strong belief, and I have a very strong opinion.
Okay.
I believe that without the arts, a child is empty. There's a missing part of their soul. I think your motto, Mr. Joffrey, was "Art nourishes the soul," and I really kind of grabbed onto that. I was like, you know what, that resonates. It has a very, very good point to it, because even when you're feeling down sometimes, in music, for example, depending on what type of music you like, but it helps you, it kind of calms you. So from the perspective of arts in school, I really believe every school should have some type of arts. And when I say some type of arts, I mean like multiple facets.
Right.
Because everyone does not dance,
Right.
everyone does not sing. We tried to prove that today out at a meeting. Okay, and just even drawing an art or something, we just need to have it in all schools. And I really believe if we did that, I think perhaps we could reach more students we wouldn't ordinarily reach.
And those students will be ready to come to school
They'll be
any
ready
day
to
of the
come to
week,
school,
even Saturdays and
yes.
Sundays.
And when we promote them, okay?
Right.
So just don't sing, just don't dance, and just don't draw,
Right.
this beautiful picture.
Right.
Promote what these kids are doing, and I guarantee, you will see a difference, and we're seeing it.
Yes.
You saw it at McKinney, we see it at Baton Rouge High School, at Forest Heights. We just see it all over the district. When we promote
We really
students doing great things in the arts, it's going to show.
And one thing that I always say too, we have a superintendent who does a phenomenal job about supporting the arts.
He does.
He loves the
He does.
arts, and he
Absolutely.
wants every school to have it. And I think now we're beginning to see more and more schools with at least one art program in their school, which says a lot. So what's your sentiments on it?
Having students do art, whether it's physical, dance, acting, drawing, it pushes them out of their comfort zone a little bit in some ways, and they can carry that over, to public speaking, to engaging, to their actual core content. And I think that's really important for students as well.
It is, very. So fun questions now.
Okay.
Because I always, at the end of the show, I always like to do fun questions. So I'm going to start with Miss Porter. This reminds me of the Bravo show with, what's his name, that comes on after the late night show? I can't think. I'll tell you next time.
We're not up on the pop culture.
Favorite singer, Miss Porter?
Oh, okay. So, y'all call him Uncle Charlie. Okay.
Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. Because I was really okay. He's from the Gap Band, right? And I just love that sound. That I definitely love it.
And he gives you a show out of this world if you see him live.
Yeah, I plan on seeing him live soon.
Oh, good. Favorite singer?
You know this one, Adele. Old school, Miss Vandal back in the day, Garth Brooks.
It can still be new school with Garth. Okay, favorite actor or actress?
Okay, Denzel Washington.
Okay.
Is my favorite because he's so versatile. I mean, it's like you could see him in a horror movie, or he can be as serious as a grandfather.
Okay.
So yeah, he is the most versatile actor. I mean, he's really good. Now, I have a second one, please.
Yeah, you
okay,
can have it.
I
It's
like
all about you.
I like Will Smith.
Oh, he's good.
I like Will Smith,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you may be a little bit too young to remember this, but he also recorded a rap song, "Summertime."
Summer. What about you?
Kate Winslet.
Yeah,
I really
she's
adore,
good.
I really adore Kate Winslet. Actor. I don't know. Denzel's so good. Now that you start talking about Denzel, and I'm thinking about all the Denzel
I know you
movies.
get
Right.
stuck on.
I feel like that's
There's so many greats.
Tom Hanks.
Yes.
You know,
Oh
yeah,
my
Tom
God.
Hanks
right.
is
Just
good.
talk about someone that can play
Yes.
anyone.
Yes. And he's a versatile actor too.
Absolutely.
He is.
He can be just as serious as he needs to be funny. So
Yes.
I love that about him too. Okay, so again, remember next month we will see all of these wonderful magnet schools. In fact, I'm going to meet with Ms. Porter on tomorrow. We're going to talk about those schools that we will showcase for you to have the opportunity to see before you get to Magnet Mania. And again, Ms. Porter, can you tell us those dates and times for Magnet Mania?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so Magnet Mania is going to be at the Raising Cane River Center. Saturday, October 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Very good. And if anybody wants any more information about magnet schools in the parish, where can they go to get it?
EBRmagnet.org, 922-5443 or 922-5640.
Well, I thank you two ladies for coming on the show today.
Yes, thank you
Enjoyed
for
it.
having us.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to see you again when we get together to see what we're going to see and the exciting shows that will finally feature the students and the parents and the teachers of EBR next month. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and remember to stay in tune in your front row seat to Center Stage.